and a Confederate flag. He was a Southern man during the mid-20th century, so no big surprise. The flag has 13 stripes of red and white alternating, as well as a 7-pointed blue star in the middle. So, one of the most obscure realms of flags, but also one of the largest, is old corporate flags used by private companies that ship goods or people by boat. Back when the shipping industry was less consolidated than it is now, there were a ton of these things. What clued me off is that Simon thinks that Grandpa has a French flag, which seems a bit random, but Grandpas do like ships, and there was a popular Canadian shipping company called the Allen Line that used a flag that looked a lot like the French flag, but with the colors reversed. And if that was the case, then the star flag was quite possibly a shipping company flag as well. So I consulted this famous early 20th century guide to shipping company flags, and looky here. This is apparently the flag of the Hunting and Son firm from Newcastle upon Tyne, which is in England. When I was looking for a cleaner picture of the flag, I found this memorial board from a museum in Newcastle upon Tyne, and it commemorates the employees of the company who had their ships blown up during World War II. So maybe Grandpa Simon had some connection to Allied shipping vessels in some way during the war? Who can say? In any case, flag mystery solved. Now what flag is this? Why, it's the flag of today's video sponsor, Sailly. So let us hear a quick word from them. Hello friends, so today I am standing beside this babbling brook in order to babble to you guys about the glories of eSIMs. So as I am sure you know, whenever you travel to some exotic foreign land, your cell phone data plan stops applying, and you either have to pay outrageous foreign roaming charges or buy some expensive SIM card at some dodgy looking store in the mall. But did you know that most modern phones actually allow you to use a digital SIM with no physical card necessary? It's true. And allow me to introduce today's video sponsor, Sailly. Sailly sells eSIMs, which are affordable data plans that you can buy directly through the Sailly app and then activate instantly through your phone's backend using the Convert to eSIM setting. They offer all sorts of multi-tiered plans for over 190 different countries, meaning that they will surely have the perfect thing for your next big foreign adventure, perhaps to the wilds of Canada. And best of all, viewers of this channel can get an incredible 15% off their next Sailly plan if they use the promo code JJMCC at checkout. Just look up Sailly in your favorite digital app store or click on the link in the thing below. It is starting to rain. Just speaking from personal experience, cell phone stuff is always one of the most annoying things you have to deal with when you travel to a foreign country. So if you're looking for a way to cut through some of the bother, why not give Sailly a try today? Sailly, travel data made easy. All right, next up we have a flag from my pal Patrick, who says, I am Canadian, but my family is Portuguese, and I am visiting Lisbon for the first time. I visited the Castelo de São Jorge, a castle in Lisbon that dates to pre-Roman times. While I was there, they had a strange flag flying at the castle alongside the Portuguese flag. It had a gray cross, white background, and crest in the center. I have no idea what it represents. So luckily for us, one of Patrick's photos of this mysterious flag has some pretty legible writing on it, what appears to be a Latin motto of some sort. Muy nobre e sempre Leia Cidade de Lisboa. When I punched all of that into the Google machine, I got a link to the official City of Lisbon Protocol Symbols website. And this is, simply put, the flag of Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. The motto reads, the most noble and always loyal city of Lisbon. And according to the website, the crest displays a boat that, according to legend, carried the remains of Saint Vincent, the patron saint of Lisbon, and was accompanied on the journey by ravens who showed the way. Saint Vincent of Zaragoza was an early Christian martyr from 3rd century Spain, and the legend goes that in 1173, the remnants of his tortured and broken body were delivered to the Portuguese capital in a ship guided by ravens. His remaining body parts are now kept in a special chest in the Lisbon Cathedral, an ancient Catholic church on the coast of the city. To this day, a lot of the city's official symbols revolve around this event in some way. Portugal feels unique among European countries in just how openly they tend to mix explicitly Christian and Catholic symbolism into their civic symbols. But anyway, flag mystery solved. Alrighty, here is an interesting flag sticker that my friend Zach says he saw on the back of a car in Amarillo, Texas. We have a lot of immigrants who come here from Africa and Asia to work in the meat packing plant, so that may have something to do with it, he speculates. So I will admit that I just took the easy way out with this one and just threw Zach's photo straight into Google image search. But that just raised further questions because apparently this is the Karen flag. I mean, I know everybody's got their little pride flags these days, but even Karens? Does this cork represent their well-documented love of wine? In reality, however, the Karen are an ethnic minority group in Myanmar, 4 million strong, or about 7% of the country, according to the Minority Rights Group. The women in Myanmar who wear those famous neck-extending rings are part of this group. Over the decades, there have been cycles of oppression and violence between the Karen and Myanmar's various military dictatorships, which have been dominated by the country's ethnically Burmese majority. This has in turn led to a lot of Karen separatism, led by something known as the Karen National Union, whose flag is this. According to their website, this flag was created in 1937, and the thing that I thought was a cork is actually something known as a frog drum, which is a distinctive type of bronze instrument that is a popular symbol of Karen culture. Flag mystery solved. All right, now heading back to the UK, my friend Robert shares this number and says, I'm a binman, a garbage man for you North American types, in Glasgow, Scotland, and found this flag during our run one day. The colors and symbology immediately made me think of the British Union of Fascists, but I couldn't find an exact match anywhere on the internet. Well, if there is one thing that I've learned over the years, it's that when British people find weird flags, they usually have something to do with sports. And sure enough, after doing a bit of investigating as to whether there are any European sports leagues who use 3 red lightning bolts as their symbol, I came across this Stade Français, a French rugby club. Here we can see some fans going nuts with Robert's flag during a 2005 match against Stade Toulousain. But interestingly enough, Robert's flag is also a bit of an anachronism, which is maybe why somebody threw it out. In 2007, Stade Français switched their team colors from blue and red to hot pink and navy. I don't know a lot about rugby, but ESPN informs me that compared to many other team sports, rugby has never been afraid to showcase bold and creative team kits. But even by this standard, Stade Français is still pretty intense. Flag mystery solved. Here's a flag submitted by my friend Henry. He doesn't give me any information, but he says he's been researching it for quite a while. I've seen this flag a number of times myself, and it always takes me a while to remember exactly what it is, just because it looks a lot like a bunch of other famous flags. Is it the scuba diving flag? No. Is it the flag of the nation of Trinidad? No. Is it one of those nautical alphabet flags? No. What it actually is the flag of Sealand. Sealand is, of course, a very famous make-believe country, supposedly located on some abandoned naval station off the southeastern coast of England. The eccentric British family who claim to rule this country make money by selling various knickknacks, including flags, which I guess whoever owns this fence must have bought at some point. Flag mystery solved. Next up, we got Spencer. I saw this flag on a boat in Destin, Florida. It appears to be a Denmark flag with the flag of the Bahamas in the right corner. This is a flag that I've seen a lot in my own life. Vancouver has a big port for cruise ships, and I've noticed that they often tend to fly this flag, as you can see in this photo I took last year. So, American and European cruise companies will often register their ships in the Bahamas in order to avoid local labor laws, or in other words, just pay their workers less. This is what they call operating under a flag of convenience, and the government of the Bahamas specifically writes its laws to incentivize boat-based businesses to register in their country. Anyway, this particular flag is known as the Bahamian Civil Ensign, which the website of the Sandals Resorts tells me may be flown on privately owned boats at sea. It is clearly modeled on the British style of naval ensigns that we talked about earlier, which makes sense as the Bahamas is a former British colony and Commonwealth countries tend to do their nautical flags in this style. The laws of the Bahamas, meanwhile, require the Bahamian flag to be